Okay, class, picking up where we left off at, we had 4 minus 1.02, and then that 0.3 squared gave us 0.09. Now we're left with subtraction and multiplication. So we would take this 1.2 times 0.09, which would give us 12 times 9. 9 times 2 is 18, carry a 1. 9 times 1 is 1, plus 1 is 10. So that's 108, and we count how many digits we have behind the decimal. We had 3 digits behind the decimal, so this would be 0.108. So we have 4 minus 0.108, and then we subtract. We have 4 minus 0.108, put our decimal, put our zeros here. Now we know we cannot subtract 8 from 0. So we have to go here and borrow 1 from this 4. And we know these two zeros here will end up becoming 9s. And this last 0 will be 10. 10 minus 8 is 2. 9 minus 0 is 9. 9 minus 1 is 8. Bring down your decimal. 3 minus 0 is 3. So it's 3.892. Now that takes care of A. Now we're going to look at B here. Now we have our operations: multiplication, parentheses, and subtraction in the parentheses, addition and division. We know we do what's in the parentheses first. 1.5 minus 0.7. We cannot subtract 7 from 5, so we'll borrow 1 from this 1. That'll give us 0, and this 5 will become 15. 15 minus 7 is 8. Bring down your decimal. And then 0 minus 0 is 0. So we'll have 2.1 times 0.8 plus 3.2 divided by 0.8. Now we have multiplication, addition, and division. We know we would do the multiplication first because that's what comes first from left to right. So we'll take 2.1 times 0.8, which we'll just say 21 times 8. 8 times 1 is 8. 8 times 2 is 16. So we count how many digits we have behind the decimal. We had 2 digits behind the decimal, so our final answer must have 2 digits. So this will give us 1.68 plus 3.2 divided by 0.8. Now, we need to divide this out. So we would take this. Now I'm running out of space here, but I'll write this down here. We would take 0.8 into 3.2. We have to move this decimal 1 place to the right, move this decimal 1 place to the right. So we have 8 into 32. 8 goes into 32 4 times. Now we have no remainder, right? So we would have 1.68 plus 4. Now when we add these two together, I can squeeze this in on the side here. We can have 1.68 plus 4. We'll put our decimal and our 2 zeros here. 8 plus 0 is 8. 6 plus 0 is 6. Bring down your decimal. 1 plus 4 is 5. So your final answer here is 5.68. Now we go here to this next problem. We have a rectangular room is 11 feet long and 9.4 feet wide. Find the total length of crown molding needed for this room. Okay, now the crown molding is really on the outside of the room, so that means we're using perimeter. Now remember, with a rectangle, and we went over this formula before, I'm going to write it up here. Perimeter is equal to 2 lengths plus 2 widths. So now we need to substitute. So we have perimeter is equal to, our length is 11 and our width is 9.4. Now we know 2 times 11 is 22. Plus, now we have to take 2 times 9.4. So I would say drop that decimal and we'll make it 94 times 2. 2 times 4 is 8. 2 times 9 is 18. So we have 1 digit behind the decimal, so that'll give us 18.8. Now when we add these two values together, we could do this off to the side. A plus 0 is 8. Bring down our decimal. 2 plus 8 is 10. Carry a 1. 1 plus 2 is 3. Plus 1 is 4. So we have 40.8. And then our answer will be in feet. Now it says here, find the amount of carpeting needed for this room. Now carpeting deals with the inside of the room, which is actually our area. And area is equal to length times width. Now what we need to do here is we need to substitute. We know that our length is 11 and our width is 9.4. So now since we're multiplying, we could just drop the decimal and we could take 11 times 94. 4 times 1 is 4. 4 times 1 is 4. Add our 0. 9 times 1 is 9. 9 times 1 is 9. Now we add them together. This is 4. 4 plus 9 is 13. Carry a 1. 9 plus 1 is 10. Now remember, we add one digit behind the decimal. So it'll be 103. So area is equal to 103.4. And then it'll be square feet. Because remember, area is always squared. So this is 100.4 square feet. Now we come down here to problems 12 and 13. Now let me see how many problems we actually have here. Okay, we go to 12 and 13. Okay, now, looking at number 12. You are a salesperson at a fast food restaurant. A customer's bill is $5.82. She gives you a $20 bill. How much change will she get back? So what we could do is just do subtraction. We know they gave you a $20 bill minus $5.82. So we'll put a decimal and 2 zeros here. So we know we got to borrow 1 from this 2. These first 2 zeros here becomes 9. And this last 0 becomes a 10. 10 minus 2 is 8. 9 minus 8 is 1. Bring down our decimal. 9 minus 5 is 4. And bring down our 1. So it'll be, the change will be $14.18. Now it says, what bills or coins will you give her? Now, usually whenever you go out to a restaurant, they try and give you back the least amount of change as possible. So what you would give is one $10 bill. You would give 4 $1 bills. And then you would give 1 dime. And then 1 nickel. And 3 pennies. And this is the change you would give back. Okay, now, well, let's add it up. This one $10 bill, that's 10. 4 $1 bills, that's $14. 1 dime, 1 nickel, that's 15 cents, plus the 3 pennies, that makes 18 cents. Okay, now we come to 13. Anna purchased 2.5 pounds of hamburger for $3.19 per pound. How much did the hamburger cost? So we'll take our 3, we'll change 3.19 to 319, and we'll change our 2.5 to 25. 5 times 9 is 45. Bring down your 5, carry your 4. 5 times 1 is 5, plus 4 is 9. 5 times 3 is 15. Add a 0 here. 2 times 9 is 18, carry a 1. 2 times 1 is 2, plus 1 is 3. And 2 times 3 is 6. Now we add them. We have 5, 9, and 8 will give us 17, carry our 1. 1 plus 5 is 6, plus 3 is 9. And 1 plus 6 is 7. Now we count how many decimals we had here. We had 2 digits behind the decimal, 1 digit here. So it's 3 digits behind the decimal. So it'd be 7.978. So you know we have to approximate this because our money system only goes 2 digits behind the decimal. So it'd be $7.98. and that would be the final answer. Because remember, this last digit is 5 or more, so we add 1 to the previous digit. So our final answer is $7.98, and we're done.